Welcome back to Tales Untold. I'm Wyatt.
I'm Erica.
Today we are continuing our urban legend discussion with part 2. We ended last week's with you saying you had an experience on a back road. Why don't you start with that?
Yeah, as you know, I used to work overnights. So I was on my way into work and this there was a few cars ahead of me and it was kind of a back road and we were stopped, right? And there was maybe two or three cars in front of me. And I'm looking, I'm like, why are we stopped? I don't see anything. And there was a truck in the front as the first vehicle, and this guy he gets out and he looks back at all of us, and then he looks at the front of his truck, and I could tell this guy was kind of spooked. And then that's when I saw it. There was this, I don't know, maybe 6 foot tall creature, and it was furry. It was definitely Bigfoot like, but it wasn't nearly as thick as most Bigfoots are said to be. It was kind of like skinny, maybe like adolescent like, I guess, maybe. So kind of like you'd see as a moose. They're kind of gangly and funny looking. But this thing was definitely tall. It was definitely big. And I love I love how spooked out this guy in that truck was. Like he was looking back at us like, "What is that?" And I wish I had been, I don't know, probably more awake to really process what that was. And I don't know if I would have been able to get a video of it. Um, but it was definitely a very, very bizarre experience. And I drove that road for almost 10 years going back and forth to this job. And I never saw it again. That was the only time I had that experience. And it was it was really weird.
That does sound pretty weird. Like, was it like in a wooded area, or was it like a back road, or was it just like kind of like a side road that not too many cars are on, or?
It was definitely a side road. People do use it to kind of cut through to get to a highway. So it's not a super back road, and it's right next to a highway. So it's really strange that it was there at all. But it didn't even really pay us any mind. Like it waltzed across the road as if it was just like, taking a stroll. In from what I could see of it, it didn't interact with us. It didn't look at us. It didn't. It was like we weren't even there to this creature. It was really strange.
Do you know where he like walked out of from? Like, was he just on the side of the road and then?
In
Or
that
like
in that area, there are a few houses actually.
there are?
Mm-hmm. But where it actually walked out from, it was kind of like a marshy area, and then there's like maybe a half a mile further, there's like an electrical area. I'm not really sure what it is. It might be like part of the power plants or something, um but then a couple years after this happened, I thought was really interesting. They actually roped it all off, and I think it's like part of that electrical company's power property now. And there's a solar field there.
Really?
There's a solar field there now. So all the trees and stuff that was there got taken down.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, so I thought it was interesting that not long after I saw this, whatever it was, where it came from is gone.
Do you think that they could be holding this thing captive under those solar fields?
Maybe they put up those solar fields because this thing was sighted there. It did not at the time. It didn't look like it was in fear of something else. Like I said, it didn't even register that we were there. It just waltzed across the road like it was taking its nightly stroll. It like it didn't care that we were stopped. It didn't care that there were these motors running next to it. Like it didn't matter. It was very,
That is pretty strange.
yeah.
Do you think it was Bigfoot, or do you just think it was some weird creature?
If it was a Bigfoot, I would say it was probably like an adolescent version, like maybe I'm not sure how long they would live, but like a teenager version of one. Because like I said, it was kind of gangly looking. Like it wasn't like this big beefy monster that a lot of people think of when we talk about Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Like it certainly was tall. Absolutely. Like it was taller than me, but it wasn't menacing like maybe a bear, you know, like I would certainly be frightened if I crossed it in the woods, but it didn't look super duper strong.
Mm. You want to talk about possible Bigfoot sightings? Would you consider that an urban legend, or not even like, or just like something?
I think he's considered an urban legend because people have been citing Bigfoot
For a
type
very
creatures
long time.
for a very long time. And there's actually a recent sighting, almost a year ago now, October 13th, 2023. There is a video of a Bigfoot sighting. Now, I don't know if I take this video as a Bigfoot sighting. It was in broad daylight, and similar to my experience, this Bigfoot didn't even acknowledge that the train was driving by. And trains are loud.
Really?
Yeah, like
I mean, I know trains are loud.
But so this creature is just like walking through maybe like a desert type area. I believe it happened in Colorado. So it's just a desert type area with some brush, like these dying looking bush things that are probably like a foot tall. So it's walking through a bunch of them, and then it just kind of like squats down and like it's sightseeing. And if it had a camera in its hand, it would have been taking pictures. It was a very strange video.
That is strange.
So that's kind of why I don't really believe it, because if it was a Bigfoot and there's that train there, which I'm sure this thing knows that this train goes by about the same time every day, why would it just be okay with being near it? Like,
yeah, especially with something that loud, I feel like it would scare it away.
I don't know. Like my cats, they're not necessarily afraid of the train, but like if they were outside, they are.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like
this guy was like, or Bigfoot, or this thing was just in like a field, like a brush area.
Yeah, and it was kind of like a hill too, so it had an incline, and you really can't tell by the video how far away it actually was. It looked pretty close to the train in the video. I'm not really sure how close it really was. But there's actually a thing saying that there was some sort of Bigfoot. I'm not going to call it a convention, but there was something happening with people that investigate Bigfoot, and they recreate Bigfoot, all that sort of stuff, that were actually filming something nearby. So people are saying that maybe it was somebody in costume from that just happened to be waltzing through in that area. But that company is claiming that it's not them, that they had nothing to do with this sighting. They had nothing to do with what was happening.
It's very strange. I feel like it could have been definitely the company and a publicity stunt.
Or it's just a freak accident that they were there, and the people that filmed this are the ones that staged the whole thing.
That's very true, because they might have known that they were filming this video and they knew it would kind of like go viral or like blow up.
So, I mean, I don't know if I believe that video. It's definitely very convenient.
Yeah.
And I think the Bigfoot acts kind of strange. I guess we can't really say what a Bigfoot would act like.
Yeah, there's no way to really tell because we don't know if this thing actually exists.
Right.
Do you know if the video like had a lot of views or likes or anything?
Yeah, there were news articles about it, so I would imagine.
Oh, yeah, that's.
I don't have it up right now.
If you end up on a news article, that's pretty.
Yeah.
So this isn't Bigfoot really, but a Yeti. There's this funny video I saw on TikTok. I really don't think it's real, but I just thought it would be funny to mention. It's a Yeti holding this guy by his backpack, kind of just like flinging him up and down, and then he bounces down the hill. I
Bumbles bounce.
I absolutely love this video so much. Like, it's a really well-made costume. I mean, unless it actually is a Yeti, but
In which case, how did they upload this video? Because I don't think those people are okay.
probably not, especially that guy that went down the hill with him.
The way he bounces.
On the topic of Bigfoot or Yeti, you may or may not have heard of this guy, Andrew Dawson.
I did not hear of him before you mentioning him. And I have lots of questions about this person. Now you believed this, right? You were diehard about this.
Yeah, but then when we were kind of breaking it down, I don't know. So
what's the video in question?
So the video in question is he posted a video saying it's a giant, and it's him driving on some sort of highway, and it's this thing that looks like a giant person on a mountain in the distance. So after that video, he posted another thing showing like his job site and how far away the mountain really is, for people saying like, oh, that's just a regular person, like, you're just super close to the mountain. He was showing where he had recorded it.
No matter how close you are to a mountain, there's no way you're going to get a person to look like that on a mountain. Like, that person needs to be like 15, 20 feet tall to look like that mountain did.
Yeah, there's no way.
And it didn't move in that video, right?
No, I don't believe so.
It didn't look like it was moving. It just looks like it's standing there. So if this is some sort of giant, why is it just standing there?
Yeah, I don't know. Why is it just standing there?
I mean, it's a very short video. You really only see it for a second, so maybe it's just looking down. But
yeah,
and I don't know.
The video of him on the job site showing where he recorded the video. The one after that is just him saying like, "Oh, thank you for the views and stuff."
Mm.
And then after that is another view of like the mountain on a completely different road. I don't really know what that's for, but
yeah, I think he was trying to say how hard it is to get a video of something close up.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, I've tried to zoom in and take videos of my kids and stuff. That's not...
Yeah, especially when he's driving.
Yeah, that's not easy.
So, he was at his job site, and the next video is, I think, what you were just saying. Just him recording it, showing that it's not easy to keep a steady hand, and that the thing is now gone. So, I think he was disproving the theory that it was just a cell phone tower.
Yeah, I don't believe that would be a cell phone tower at all.
No.
I would believe it was fake before I'd believe it was a cell phone tower. Oh, yeah. That's interesting.
So, the next video after that is some weird orange thing in the sky above the mountain. So, I don't really know what that is.
Yeah, it looks like he pulled over.
Yeah.
How the hell did he see that?
I don't know.
You can't even see it until you zoom in. Well, I guess video doesn't really capture what your eyes can capture.
Yeah, especially light.
Like,
it's kind of weird about light. Okay, video after that is him going around his house, and there is a car, like a black Charger, outside of his house, and he peeks through the blinds, and then he goes outside and tries walking up to the car, and then it speeds off. So, I don't know if this is like CIA, federal agent, like some type of thing like that.
Is there one before this where he goes up to try to go to the mountain and they stop him?
I don't think so. I think actually it might be, but it's one of his pinned videos. Or it was deleted.
Oh no, there it is. Stop by the CIA. It was before the UFO one.
That's just him talking. I know what you're talking about because I remember when we
Where
went
did that one go?
I don't know. Hold on, I'll look at his pinned videos. This is just him sledding.
No, that's not it.
That is not it.
No, because the one that he talked about was in the dark. That's the last one.
Yeah, I don't know. Where did that go? Was it removed, or were we just not seeing it?
I don't know.
Anyways, right after the CIA car went outside of his house, he posted a video with his hands in his pocket up against a, the wall. And this video caught me off guard because he's like, oh yeah, it's fake, like, and the way he's talking kind of made me seem like he was being forced to do this, and then he kept looking to the side. I don't know.
I can see where you would think that he's being forced to do this, but he doesn't look scared.
No.
Like, and with that car that drove away after he walked outside, I honestly hope that our CIA has better agents than that. to be, and we also have the technology to watch people without being noticed. Like, we have video cameras, we have drones, why would they have someone sit outside their house and then they're like, oh wait, they came outside, go. Like, that's very 90s to me.
Yeah.
I honestly hope our CIA has better tactics than that. Like, that seems very childish. That seems like someone was being a jerk. So this is making me not believe most of what he's done. That original video, I don't know. It could have been real. It could have been something he did see. Those two where there was that light in the sky or that giant at the top of the mountain. Those could have very well have been real. Those could have been things that he's seen. And then he just kind of created his own story off of it.
And that's what was fake?
Yeah.
Because, like, I feel like the mountain thing could be real, and that light thing could also be real, because, like, how are you supposed to fake that?
Yeah.
But then he was like, okay, these are getting viral, so he had someone that has a black Charger be like, yo, pull up to my house.
Yeah, like anyone could have friends, and he's like, oh, hey, you know what'd be cool? Like, I'm getting a lot of views out of this. Why don't we do this? Like,
yeah.
You know, just taking advantage of a situation.
It's honestly going to take a weird turn in a second. The next video is him walking around his house, rambling on that it wasn't fake, that the CIA is after them, and he looks distraught. Like, he's just, I don't know if he was drunk, intoxicated with something, or, but in the video after that, it's him recording the mountain again, but this time, there's some sort of little base set up on it. No idea what it is. It looks like tents. Like a huge, huge tent.
But why would they put it on the corner of the mountain like that?
I don't know.
But that also looks like a different angle of the mountain.
It could be. Because, like, he was trying to record, I know, a lot of different angles of the mountain. He got it on the left side, the right side, and then like, some diagonal. I don't think I said that right.
Diagonal.
Yeah, that.
So, but can you pause it at the beginning?
Like, where, by the street?
Right there. That looks like an entirely different side of the mountain that he has been on.
That honestly just looks like a different mountain.
It does.
Because, like, of the cityscape. I don't know.
I'm not believing any of this.
But this could also just be closer to the mountain, like right below it.
Definitely, but the part where he had the Yeti was kind of like an L shape. You see here?
Yeah. Oh.
You see what I'm... That looks like an entirely different part of the mountain. So what he was showing us in that other video could have just been a spot that he wasn't looking at. You know what I'm saying? It's something that could have been there that whole time, and he never noticed until he started looking at it because he saw that other thing. This is all feeling very circumstantial. Like, look, that part of the mountain looks entirely different than that other piece.
Well, I feel like it could just be a different... Like, this seems like it's at the very bottom of the mountain, but his other video seems very far away from the entire mountain.
But where's that L shape that we were looking at?
I don't know.
So, like, it looks like that's part of the mountain, and then And then the part that the giant was on is like 3 miles in the other direction.
I don't know.
I don't trust this guy.
This is kind of suspicious.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't trust much, but I definitely don't trust this guy.
Also, I feel like another video was deleted because I remember when we first looked at this guy's account, there was a 2 helicopters extracting something from the mountain.
Oh yeah, scroll down. Maybe
I don't know what happened to those. Him. But like, then it's just him in his day-to-day life. Him feeding a crow, him in a porta potty, I guess.
Oh jeez. Something on the side of the road.
It just seems like he's recording work stuff now. Yeah, I don't really know where this stuff is.
Scroll down a little. I don't remember these videos either.
I don't either. So, when we looked at the account, I, like, completely believed that it was real because there was supposedly an obituary in a news article called Campbell River Mirror.
Hmm.
And it says that this happened June 1st, 2022. Andrew Ryan Watchhorn Dawson, November 4th, 1987 to July 1st, 2022. And it says, in loving memory, father, uncle, brother, and son. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but it just says that he died. And I do believe that this is like kind of right after that video that kind of looked forced. Which is...
His obituary looked kind of strange. Did you just exit that out?
No, I have it still up. So, he posted this video June 6th?
May
6th.
5 is May.
Why is
the date like that? That's weird.
I don't know. His last video was posted May 17th. So this guy
died
could be dead?
A month later.
Yeah.
But look at the in loving memory. There's 2 moms, and it says soulmate, and then son, Preston, and grandma Lana. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
He has a son named Grandma?
But can people just add to this?
I think you can just kind of post whatever you want on this newsletter.
But how? This is the camp. I'll look that up real quick. I literally looked up, can you post a news article on Campbell River Mirror? And it gave me a link to Campbell River Mirror, the news site, and it says that you can submit a news article and they'll review it, and if it's fine and all like correct information, they'll post it.
Well, I think obituaries are a sensitive subject. Like,
yeah,
kind of like at school when you're like, oh, I'm not coming to school because my grandma died. Do you really think that they're going to ask a lot of questions about that?
Probably not.
You know, like, is someone really going to call you up and be like, hey, did your son really die? Like
that's very fair.
That's a really sensitive subject. I feel like that's not something that people would do.
Yeah. So
I'm not.
It just doesn't look like a very formal like obituary, like at all. It just kind of looks like type up, and I get that people can't really think straight when someone they love is passed.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like.
Well, didn't you look up at the actual date of death?
What do you mean?
Wasn't the date that he died like the same day that the obituary went up?
No, it was a month between.
His actual...
It went up June 1st and he died July something, which is...
July is after June.
I know.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
That doesn't make sense.
But did they edit it? I don't know.
Like, how could...
See, it says...
June 1.
Yeah, exactly a month after.
No. It was posted on June 1st.
I mean...
But it says that he died on July 1st. July is...
That's what I mean.
After...
He died a month after.
After the obituary.
That
does... I don't... Nope. And an obituary usually has something to be said about this person. Not just...
Oh, in loving memory, loving husband, father.
Right. Typically it'll say, like, this person was a blah blah, he worked for here, he lived here, there, he was born, blah blah, you know, and then they'll say that they left behind, or they are left behind by whatever, something like that. Like, this is just listing people that are related to this person.
Yeah, possibly related.
Right. And maybe he just created this personality from a name that he heard or someone that he knew, so it was a family that he was close to. So he just kind of like adopted this person's life.
Maybe.
When did he start the TikTok account?
I'll scroll that to his first video. He started this in
July
13th, 2021.
So barely a year he had this TikTok account.
Yeah, and he hasn't posted on it since, and nobody's seen him on social media since.
I mean, that's not really saying much. Maybe he just didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah. And when we were first looking at this guy, like, when those videos came out, I watched them as they came out. Like, I was following that. But I had never seen his other videos. But when we were, like, researching it, he seems like a real strange dude.
He seems pretty unhinged.
Yeah. Like, he doesn't seem all there, or like he knows what he's actually posting, or anything like that.
No. Yeah, some of these videos are pretty questionable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, I'm not gonna go ahead and say, oh yeah, I believe this for sure. But, like, I feel like it's a possibility that it could be real. But I'm not gonna bet that it is.
The closest part I would say is potentially real is that first video of something up on the mountain.
Yeah.
And that other video where he saw something in the sky. But other than that...
I don't know what else.
Oh, you know what? The helicopter one might be the It Moved. No? Oh, no, that was
No, I don't think so. I wonder if some of the videos are deleted. That's weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't believe it.
But moving on from this guy, there's another TikTok thing. I don't know if you'd consider this an urban legend also, but it's definitely something that piqued my interest. It's called the Serbian Dancing Lady, and I'll show you the video real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know if it's just the sound that creeps me out or not, but this video was originally uploaded in 2019, and people just kind of started posting it around. The video that I'm showing you now was not the original.
So, is there only one video, and then it kind of just went crazy on the internet for some reason?
For some reason it did, but there is also this one. I don't know if it's like a group or something.
What the heck? Did you see that person?
What person?
Well, there's a shadow dude across the street, but look at the lady. She came skipping. She put something down next to him, and she ran off.
Next to who?
The dude across the street. There's a shadow guy across the street. See how she skips? She puts it down. There's a person there.
Oh my god. You know what that looks like? Hold on, I'll search it up real quick. It's like a devil shadow. I wouldn't say like Satan or anything, but it's like a shadow thing. Hold on. So, I actually can't find what I'm thinking of, but I'm gonna reference a movie that recently came out because it's also kind of what it reminds me of. Have you ever seen the movie Long Legs?
No.
So, in some of the, like, frames from the movie, there's a devil shadow in the back, and that's kind of what that reminds me of.
It does look a lot like it.
Like, that's kind of what I was thinking of, but, like, I know I've seen, like, a satanic picture that also looks like that.
Well, is that the devil that's supposedly called Long Legs in the movie?
No.
Okay, because I was going to ask, why is it called Long Legs? It's got horns and a cape.
So, Long Legs is like a serial killer, whatever. I'm not going to spoil anything, but he's just a serial killer, and it does have something to do, like, with satanic. And the director, Oswell Perkins, I think his name is, kind of just put that in the background as like an Easter egg, and it appears multiple times in the film. This was the time that I actually noticed it, and the beginning part, but that's kind of what the shadow across the street from this lady.
Yeah.
She also doesn't look the same.
No, I don't think that's the same person. This looks very fake. Especially with that lady. Like, if they had left that lady out putting whatever that is in that basket down next to him like that, it would have been more believable. I don't really know what that's about.
I don't either.
Especially because she goes skipping in and then she runs away.
Yeah. So, like, is this a group or something? Because that does not look like the same person at all.
I mean, yeah, maybe it is some sort of cult where people are like, hey, let's dance and dress up as the devil, and maybe we can conjure up the devil. I don't know. The internet is so full of...
I don't either.
Weird.
I feel like this could also just be like someone's take on it, because like the original video did blow up a lot. So like I feel like this could have just been for views or something.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that a cult was created from nothing. You know, like somebody saw that first video and they decide they put their own meaning on it and decided it was going to become something bigger. That's definitely not the same person.
No.
Definitely not.
The original video is definitely creepy because the like myth or whatever goes as like someone will go up to her and ask if she's alright. She'll pull out a knife and then she'll chase you and eventually end you. So...
Well, that's not shown in this video.
No. But I guess that's why they call it a myth.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe she's just a lady that had a couple extra wines for dinner, and now she's just having a good time.
It definitely spooked me, though.
The sound, the audio definitely plays a big part, because watching it without the video, you're like, all right, she's dancing in the street, so what?
Yeah. Also, the lighting is good, and like, it's a creepy dance altogether. She's like, I don't know how to explain it.
Hopping on her heels, twisting. I don't know. Maybe it's a cult dance. You know, maybe it means something and we don't know what it is.
Yeah. Actually, when we were researching this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They came out with a game.
Very recently.
Yeah. February 2024. Called Serbian Dancing Lady. This actually looks like a decently well-made game.
Yes.
It's made by Astra Playroom. It's on Steam. I feel like it kind of has the same premise as Slender Man, the game. Like, in Slender Man, you have to go through the woods and collect, like, missing children posters, which is kind of what you do in this game, but they're just called pictures.
And they're creepy pictures.
Yeah.
Not children. Yeah, and then you see that dancing lady. In
the woods, and then she chases after you.
Yeah, but it didn't show a reason as to why she chased after you. I don't know if you get too close or because you looked away. But, I mean, it's pretty well made.
It is.
Considering, like...
his other games?
Yeah. Yeah, some of these other games didn't look like that. But that one looked pretty spooky.
It did. Also, with that video taking off, this guy on YouTube called ACM Official made like 5 short horror films based off of it. The first one came out about a year ago, and the 5th one came out like 9 days ago.
Oh wow! And they're short films?
Yeah.
No, it looked really well made, actually.
It did. Like the cinematography was really well. We only watched the first one. I didn't watch the other ones, but definitely well made. There's also something called Serbian Dancing Lady Pool. So
she's coming after you in the pool, I guess.
But this guy seems like a pretty good director. Like, he has a good camera for sure.
Definitely. He took the effort.
And like, they're like 3-minute short films or whatever, but
there's a lot of films on there.
Yeah.
Wow.
168. I give him props. So, another internet thing that I would like to talk about is Momo.
Yes, I remember Momo on the news.
This thing used to absolutely terrify me. Like, when it was first coming out, and that was like all the rave.
I remember it on the news channels, but the kids were really young back then. I never came across it in any of the videos. I never saw it. but I heard about it. So what is the origin of the Momo
thing? So it's actually a Japanese art sculpture. It's very creepy. It's like a human um woman head on like chicken feet or something.
Oh.
I don't know. It's very strange.
It is very creepy.
But I'm on Wikipedia right now, and I'm going to just read what it says, I guess. The Momo Challenge was a hoax and an internet urban legend that was rumored to spread through social media and other outlets. It was reported that children in adolescents were being harassed by a user named Momo to perform a series of dangerous tasks, including violent attacks, self-harm, harming others, and suicide. Despite claims that the phenomenon had reached worldwide proportions in July 2018, the number of actual complaints was relatively small, and many law enforcement agencies have not been able to confirm that anyone was harmed as a direct result of it. Moreover, the Momo Challenge sparked global panic and prompted urgent warnings from authorities and child safety advocates. Reports of children encountering Momo's disturbing messages circulated widely, causing heightened fears among parents and caregivers.
Like I said, I never came across Momo. And apparently I was late to the game. I didn't hear about it until 2019. So my son was like just born when I heard about it. So apparently, as usual, I was very late to the game on this.
I guess I was too, because that's when I remember it from. Like, people would talk about it in like YouTube videos that I watched and stuff, and that picture would always like freak me out. I don't know why people are calling it a hoax, because like it was a thing that actually happened, but I don't know if people actually harm themselves from it.
I don't know. Like maybe it was just what's the word I'm looking for? Centralized. Like it was localized. That's the word I was looking for. Where it only happened in a particular community.
Maybe. Because like there are like a lot of news reports on it.
I mean, one way to get things out there is to tell people it's going to harm their children. They'll be all over that.
Yeah, like the WCVB Channel 5 Boston made a video about it.
Potentially deadly.
Yeah. So I don't really know where this thing originated from or why. I just know I did not like it.
It is very creepy. Some people just like to cause mayhem, you know? Some people just want to torture others.
I don't know who would even want to meet this. Like, I've never met a child that would want to meet this thing.
No, I wouldn't. Especially if I had to do, dangerous things in order to meet this thing. No thanks.
Like, harm myself to, like...
No.
Like, what?
Like, no, that's too much. Sorry.
Like, I wonder what else they had to do for the challenge, quote unquote.
Yeah. I mean, so I guess if it's asking you to commit suicide, you would only meet it after you died.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I don't know.
That doesn't seem worth it to me. Like, what do I get? Why is meeting you important?
Especially something that's creepy, but like trying to get a child to do that just because, like, that's insane.
That's terrible.
Like, the reason I feel like nobody actually died from it, like, people could have gotten hurt and it just wasn't like spread all through news outlets, but I feel like if someone actually died from this, the person would have been found that originally made the challenge.
I would hope so. But I mean, that would be really hard to track a particular, video or set of videos that caused this behavior, especially if they took down those videos.
Yeah.
Finding that would be hard.
I believe the original thing was through a WhatsApp number.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I've never used WhatsApp.
I haven't either. I've never really had a reason or purpose to.
I've heard of it, but, I mean, I have text messaging.
Yeah.
I remember one of the reports about Momo is it was asking kids to start fires. Like you go turn on the stove and light fire to their house.
What?
I know. It's crazy.
Who would do that?
I don't know of a child that would be okay with doing that. Like I feel like they
Any
like
of
their
the,
home.
yeah,
You know?
like any of the challenge altogether. And I guess the internet has like a way of influencing them. I guess that's how they would do it, right?
Yeah, because people like influencing children.
It's a very weird thing. So, we still have many urban legends we would like to talk about.
And there are several that people like to try to invoke, especially at sleepovers. You did some of these, right?
Yes, I know I did Bloody Mary, Cat Scratch, and the Ouija board. But I think we should save that for next week's episode of Part 3 Urban Legends. Thank you for listening to Tales Untold. I'm Wyatt.
I'm Erica.
This is Tales Untold.